I would like to welcome Siti Nordianah home from Matriculation College Johor, presenting her paper, Integration of Computational Thinking Skills in Teaching and Learning Programming using EZ-Program among matriculation students. Please be welcome.
Hello, hi. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to our SRD member, our lovely session chair, Dr. Karina, and all the presenter. Okay, I'm Siti Nordianah binti Haihom and correspondent author Dr. Karina Abdul Talib, and my paper about the integration of computational thinking skill in teaching and learning programming using EZ-Prog among matriculation students. Okay, next slide. Okay, in our global education trends today about the STEM educations. Okay, it is in line with a Malaysian Education Development Plan 2013 until 2025 that emphasize the strengths of STEM. Computer science is one of the subjects in STEM that is important for students to master. Programming skill at the matriculation level are the major skill for students who master them to continue their interest in computer science to university level. At the matriculation level, many of the problems faced by students which is programming problem solving. The main problem with programming is that a student have a difficulty understanding problem solving question and cannot plan cannot plan step to solve them. They could not understand the problem solving question even though they are read them many times. Programming problem solving is a cognitive process for the problem solving skill in a computer science subject, starting by the reading the question, understanding the problem, planning to solve it, and writing the program to solve it. Based on the Roman Gonzalez 2018 says that the CT, which means the computational thinking, can enhance the problem solving skill. That's why the CT requirement needs to be applied in the education curriculum nowadays. Okay, next slide. Okay, the objective for this research, first develop a EZ-Prog adapted from the Polya model and integrated with the component of the computational thinking. Second, examine the impact of the use the program, the EZ-Prog in the teaching and learning programming subject among matriculation students. Okay, next slide. Okay, the method for this research, the sample for this research is 91 student of the science program 1 year module 2 from the college matriculation Johor. Okay, the designs for this method for the using the experimental study, we use the pre-test and post-test. The question from the we have a 3-layer difficulty according to Bloom taxonomy, and this run with in 3 weeks. Okay, each test the student need to sit 30 minutes test. Okay, from that pre-test and post-test, we analyze using the SPSS. Okay, And the mean and standard deviation describe the student achievement in the pre-test and post-test. And the pair t-test, we measure the effectiveness of the EZ-Prog technique. Okay, next slide. Okay, I describe how to the EZ-Prog can use by a student. Okay, next slide. Okay, this EZ-Prog technique has been involved by integrating computational thinking skill. There are 6 components of a computational thinking applied to each problem-solving step. Okay, the technique start with the writing the problem statement. After that, the student determine and underline the output, which is in blue, and the input, they use a green. This step involve the abstraction component of the student filtering the output and input information involved. This demonstrates the student ability to filter out the unnecessary information and the focus on relevant information that define key ideas. In a problem analysis step, involve the decomposition component where student can determine the input, process, and output involved. This makes it easier for students when a problem-solving statement are broken down into the smaller tasks that are detailed to be easier to understand and solve. In addition, the pattern recognition, you see that the involved which a student can determine the color involved in input, green color, and the process, the red color, and the output using the blue color. Okay, through this pattern recognition, students are able to see the similarity of the input, process, and output involved for every step. In algorithm step, require the algorithm component of the student ability to make a set of step-by-step instruction to resolve the problem. In a testing step, involve the logical reasoning component in which a student are able to explain how the algorithm works, detects and a correct error and expected result. Using this EZ-Prog, students know the relation between each step, so that during the test, if the question asks the student to write either the problem statement or the procedure code or the flow chart or the programming code, the student must determine the input, output, and a process from the problem statement, and then compose the correct result. The student can answer all the question in the time given with a minimal mistake. This involves the evaluation component of the student process to ensure that the solution of any algorithm, system, or process is the best and it meets a requirement of the question. Okay, next slide. Okay. This is finding for the pre-test and post-test. Okay, next slide. So from the analysis, we find that the first, improve the student problem-solving skill. The second is one of the teaching and learning tool for the programming subject. And the third one is can enhance the student computational thinking skill. Okay, for the conclusions. Next. Okay. The use of EZ-Prog in teaching and learning process of the programming subject help to improve student problem-solving skill and computational thinking skill. EZ-Prog is an ideal approach to learning programming, problem-solving, and can be used as a technique by a lecturer. Okay, that's all my presentation today. Okay, I pass to the chair, Dr. Corina.
Thank you, Dr. Ed. Thank you, Diana. Diana, for presenting your research. I was informed that EZ-Prog has won gold medal in one of the competition earlier this year. So congratulations to you, Diana. So yeah, I have one question for you.
Okay.
what is the challenges you face while implementing the EZ-Prog in your teaching and learning process?
Okay. The first challenge I face, okay, when I want to share my technique or the model to the other lecturer, okay. They said that this technique apa ni kan or cannot give a good impact to the student. But I think when I apply to my student and I share to other student not in my class and other student in other college, so they say that this technique can improve their skill to solve the programming problem, and this technique the student can learn in the independent learning. So that's why I propose and I do some research about this model or technique.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Diana. Thank you for presenting.